If you see nowadays, most couples are now opting to live together under one roof. Many still stick to the traditional ways of being separated from each other until the day of marriage, while a growing few are now breaking this tradition and opting to stay together before marriage. So guys, going back to getting more on the details and getting your opinions regarding this, what's gonna be your stand on living together before marriage?
For my experience, I'm actually okay. I'm better off with living together before marriage. Bakit? Kasi for me, mas nakikilala mo kasi yung tao before nyo illegal lahat ng bagay. Kasi once na nag-agree na kayo, nag-process na kayo na yung sanctity ng marriage, hindi na kayo pwede mag-back out. Eh di ba pag nasa level pa lang kayo ng boy-girl relationship, boyfriend-girlfriend, may limitation eh. Kasi merong times or most of the times hindi kayo magkasama. And pwede nga pinapakita lang sa'yo ng partner mo is yung good side niya lagi. Para wala kang masabi, para wala kang maireklamo sa kanya. So that is the reason bakit mas gusto ko ng live-in before marriage. Mas nakikilala ko kasi yung tao. Doon mo malalaman kung paano ba siya sa bahay, compatible ba kayo sa paggawa ng decisions together, okay ba kayo sa rules and regulations na may isip nyo. So that is mainly how I view relationship. Mas gusto kong mag-settled in ng sure ako. Parang mas maintindihan ko yung isang tao.
So, I have a question. Meron ka bang ka-live-in ngayon?
Meron.
And how is it so far?
So far, ayos naman. Like, merong problems, which is very normal naman with couples, with partners. Pero, ewan ko lang because maybe I'm blessed na mabait yung partner ko. And I'm getting to know him better. Like, hindi kasi siya yung... Basta hindi siya yung, yung tipong boyfriend material lang. Nung pumasok na kami, nag-live-in na kami, dun mo masasabi na husband material siya.
Wow, ang nice naman nun, Kim. So, parang hindi problematic yung current, live-in status mo ngayon.
Yes. And to think, sabihin natin na hindi naman lahat blessed with a good partner. Tapos, you decided na mag-live-in before marriage. Di ba parang, for me, it's a good thing na makakaalis ka na agad sa toxic relationship before nyo illegal lahat. Before na may documents, may signed papers, pwede ka na agad umayaw.
Nice naman. Stay strong, guys. The reason why I ask, kasi wala naman talaga akong current stand about living. I haven't experienced it yet. Though I know a lot of people na, nasa ganong setup. Pero for me, if you're gonna ask me personally, I don't have any problem if a couple are living in together. Kasi 'di ba, tama naman yung sinabi mo eh. It's a process. It's part of the process to know each other very well. Tapos makikita mo na talaga doon kung paano ba yung partner mo kapag kasama mo na siya 24 hours. Tapos makikita mo na kung paano siya, umasta, yung ugali niya. So, yeah, as long as wala kang tinatapakang ibang tao at saka wala kang ginagawang masama, then definitely I will support you guys. So, wala akong problema sa ganun. And yeah, unfortunately, I haven't experienced it yet. So, wala talaga akong ma-share about that.
Pero in any case, kung sakali lang, ano mas prefer mo?
If you're gonna ask me personally, I would rather stay at home with the person I love. Diba? Kasi parang it's so childish to say na nagpa-practice kayo, but technically that's it, diba? It's like a simulation of what will happen after marriage. So if you guys can kung matitiis nyo yung isa't isa, yung ugali nyo, yung masasamang side nyo, then definitely if you succeeded that part, wala kayong problema after marriage. So walang problema doon as long as wala kayong ginagawang masama and wala kayong tinatapak ibang tao.
But then again, sa listeners, we are not promoting this. This is our personal opinion.
Yes.
So as long as kung tiwala ka naman sa partner mo, and it's your decision na marriage muna before living in together, then that's okay. Kung yun yung mas compatible sa inyo. It's just that for us, especially for me, which is already on that state, ito yung bagay sa akin. Ito yung mas okay sa personality ko. Kasi ako yung tao na mas gusto kong sure ako, alam ko yung pinapasok ko talaga. So yun lang naman.
Sana all my partner. And it's a good opportunity as well to ask our listeners, to share their experiences. Especially yung mga taong nasa live-in ngayon. Kasi, para naman alam ko din sa part ko. Kasi I am not really into it right now.
Though meron ding nagsasabi na parang mas madali kang magsawa. Pero siguro, nasa pagkakasunduan na yun ng mag-partner. Kasi yung iba sinasabi na pag nag-live-in ka agad, nawawala yung thrill ng marriage.
Talaga? Wala nang spark? Ganun?
Oo, parang ganun. Parang napunta kayo sa stage na more on comfortable na lang kayo. No, hindi na kayo in love. Di ba unlike na kung na hindi kayo magkasama, mas minsan lang kayo magkita, parang magbibihis ka.
May excitement.
Yes, may excitement. Pero kung live-in kayo, parang more on tahimik na lang. More on companionship. Ganun.
How long have you been guys living with each other? Yung partner mo?
We're in a relationship for more than 3 years. Live-in siguro about a year. And never regretted that decision.
Na-excite ka pa rin naman kapag nakikita mo siya?
Well, dahil sa partner ko, yes. Kasi yun yung tipong kahit na nasa bahay ka lang, alam mo yung maliit lang yung place nyo, yung iniikutan nyo, hindi pa rin napalya ng surprises. So siguro nasa pag-aalaga pa rin siya ng relationship. Kung paano nyo maitatawid yung setup na ginusto nyo.
Wow. Papasana all ka na lang talaga.
I know.
Gusto ko marinig ang side ni Janelle about this part. About,
Janelle,
living in with your partner.
So yun nga, actually guys, I was listening to your points and they're actually really valid. I understand nga dun sa first point that we talked about regarding premarital sex and everything na open-minded tayong tatlo, which is actually a good thing. But then, you also have to think about yung tipong everyone, kasi not all of us have the same mindset. So for me, yes, I'm currently in a living with my partner status at the moment, and it's actually really comfortable kasi nga like what Kim said, it's you get to know the person really well. Kasi diba what they always say, you can never find out the personality or the trait of a person not unless it's behind closed doors. So that's when you can really find out kung sino ba tong ginawa mo, kung sino ba tong pinartner mo, kung sino ba tong umuo ka sa proposal ninyo. Kasi technically it's going to be a little too late kung kasal na kayo tapos wife beater pala to, or engaged sa domestic violence, or ewan ko kung ano mang kinababaliwan niya which you're not comfortable of or comfortable with. But with regards, I would like to twist the question, or I guess generate another question on top of that. When do you guys think, personally on a single's point of view and on a living together or living in together with partners point of view, when do you think is the right time to decide that let's live together? Do you think it's the first, let's say after 6 months, after a year, or kung na kayo, kung engaged na or somewhere along that, yung parang long way down the road na?
For me, based on my experience, wala ako exact na time frame. Naramdaman na lang namin siya. And I mean, naramdaman namin siya sa flow ng relationship namin. And financially stable kasi kami, we both have work, and napag-uusapan namin yung goal namin in the future, and we have one goal. So parang iisa lang talaga yung flow namin. So that's when we decided na parang ready na kami emotionally, financially, okay kami. So that is when we decided. Wala talaga siya exact na time frame na after 6 months or after proposal. Actually, we're not engaged. We're just merely enjoying the relationship that we have.
Sana all. Ano yung goal nyo? I just wanna ask if that's okay with you.
Goal namin is, of course, to succeed in life, na magkasama kami. And to achieve personal growth namin. Kasi we are a couple, pero we have personal goals pa rin. And we are supporting our dreams. I don't speak for everyone, kasi alam ko na hindi lahat ay may happy relationship. But ayun, for me, I'm very blessed that I have this kind of partner. So yun din, sa tingin mo?
Sana all.
Ikaw, Nel, as living alone, harsh to say, as living alone, like, how do you think you'll be in the future? Like, if ever that you meet that someone and you're ready to get house together or rent an apartment together, when do you think you would do it as a guy?
Grabe, nakaka-pressure naman yung tanong mo, Janelle. But if you're gonna ask me, when will be the best time to settle in on that specific setup? Alright? Not settle in for good, but, I might consider living in with my partner. Siguro kapag 19.
19.
19! Naintindihan mo na yung buhay.
Oh, okay.
Nah, I'm just kidding. No, if you're gonna ask me personally, single ako, I'm not really into relationship right now. Siguro kapag assuming na meron akong partner, I'll consider living in with that specific person kapag alam ko sa sarili ko na komportable na ako sa kanya. Meron kasing certain level kayo ng partner mo. For me na napapansin ko lang sa iba kong friends and acquaintances na although they are in a relationship, meron pa ring awkwardness. Marami akong kilala. So, kapag nalagpasan nyo na yung part na yon na you are more comfortable with each other, pwede na kayong maging transparent, pwede na kayong maging totoo sa kanila without the fear na baka ma-offend sila or baka iwan kayo. If you can stand on your own without them, just by being honest, siguro yun na yung perfect time. Saka kapag matured enough na rin siguro ako, yun, siguro I'll consider living in with my partner because as I've mentioned earlier, wala namang problema as long as I'm doing the right thing and I'm not hurting anyone else. Diba?
Nice. So kailan ka ready mag-commit?
Commitment. Oh, big word. Siguro kapag kapag nakita ko na yung katapat ko, alam mo yon, meron kasi mga tao na nare-realize lang nila na ready na sila or they actually ready to engage with someone else kapag na-realize mo na, okay, paras kami ng wavelength. We understand each other. Tapos kaya niya mag-adjust sa mga flaws mo. Kaya mo din mag-adjust sa negative part niya. Yung ganong setup. Pero yeah, so far hindi ko pa nakikita. So kapag nakita ko na yun, I can say I'm ready to commit, but not right now.
So we're so excited that you can finally meet the one.
Sana. So yung mga nakikinig po dyan, ready na po akong mag-explore. No, I'm just kidding.
Actually, you have a good point na I guess what I was asking was too specific. Na to the point na I was pointing numbers na months, ilang ba months, weeks, years, blah blah blah. And yun nga, yung sinabi niyo both that it will be at certain stages instead of time length or time frame, it will be stages within the relationship. So actually that was an eye opener for me because I never thought of it that way. So that's actually a really good point. But with all this mga pinag-uusapan natin ngayon, what's your stand and when do you think you'll be ready, blah blah blah, how do you think this will really help couples? Like how would it benefit couples na ganito? Kasi for sure whether or not nakalive-in na sila or hindi pa, they're always thinking na I want to be with this person. So what do you think are the advantages talaga or what will they look forward to for this, like for living in together to help in the relationship?
Alright, good question. For me, if you ask me, disclaimer, we are not really promoting, living in. No, I'm not gonna use the word promote, but I do not suggest people to do live in. Pero if you decided, guys, na to stick together with each other, live under one roof, isang magandang advantage ng pagiging mag-live-in is you guys can explore each other nang walang, alam mo yon, walang filter, walang reservation. Kasi syempre, kayo lang dalawa yon, kailangan magkasama, walang other outside forces na pwedeng makialam. So, you guys can really explore each other. Saka, mas makikilala niyo isa't isa. That's one of the advantage. Disadvantage, parang ganun din. Pag nakilala niyo na isa't isa, there will always be certain things na hindi niyo magugustuhan sa partner niyo. Matik yon. Kasi wala namang perfecto. Pero you guys will learn eventually to compromise and to adjust with each other. Sana maging successful. So yun lang yung magiging disadvantage. Pero if you guys will successfully accept yung bad side ng partner nyo, then definitely that's a good thing.
Okay. Actually, going on to that, you provided good points. Pero I just want to move on to I just thought of this question. It's specifically for Kim na may experience sa ganung bagay na living together and being with her partner for such a long time. So, I'm sure na at the start it was not easy. Na ganun yung tipong na-accept agad ng family nyo, ng friends nyo, ng mga relatives mo na ganun ang situation nyo. So, what do you do or what's your mindset to that negativity? Kasi for sure, like we mentioned earlier, maraming nare-ridicule dito kasi bawal eh. Kasi technically sa culture natin bawal. You have to get married first. You have to put a ring on it before you can live with that person. So, with us putting away traditions and going about with our free will, how do you handle yung mga pangungutya sa'yo?
That's a good point. But then, to be honest, I'm lucky na nandito ako sa panahon natin ngayon, which is, we are more open. Unlike before, na much traditional lang tao. Kasi,
wait lang, I just wanted to ask, na-experience mo ba na nagkaroon ka ng problema by just, living in with your partner? Nakutsa ka ba as the term?
Not so kutsa, but then I was asked.
Oh, okay.
Kung bakit we ended up with that type of setup.
Kung ba't kayo nagsasama na? Parang
yes.
Ganon.
And it is by my relatives.
What did you do?
This is because of my personality. Siguro dahil masyado akong open and strong kasi ang personality ko. So I can talk about others kung paano nila pwede siyang i-handle. Pero sa akin is as long as same as you, na as long as wala akong sinasaktan or tinatapakang tao and I'm supporting myself. And kasi even dati, I'm really independent. So I'm not really asking anything from my parents. So more on yung parents ko okay sa kanila. Pero when it comes to relatives, kasi nga sasabihin natin na, so like what Janelle mentioned, sa atin kasi wedding first. Kasi yun yung what the society, what most of people dictates us to do. Pero sa akin is yun.
Pero yung experience mo, ano yun? Naging passive ka lang, like pasok sa kaliwang tenga, labas sa kanan na tenga, or did you actually answer their questions na bakit kayo magkasama?
I'm the type of person kasi na wala akong pakialam sa sasabihin ng iba.
So naging passive ka lang?
Yes.
Okay.
So hindi ko sila kinontra, hindi din ako sumagot. Like walang debating nangyari.
Pero sa tingin mo, kung hindi strong ang personality mo, will you do the same thing na magiging passive lang or magiging affected ka, like,
Well,
stressed?
I know some people na they ended up living in together before marriage. Pero hindi kami parehas ng personality, which is what you're trying to describe. And they ended up na they're arguing or they're trying to fight for what they believe, kung bakit sila nag-decide for that situation. And actually, may kilala ko na parang hindi din nagtagal. Kasi syempre, pressure yun eh. And pag sabihin natin na yung sinasabi mong outside forces, pag nagpadala ka doon, wala na. Parang mawawala na din yung goal nyo as a couple, as partners. So, gaya ng sabi ko kanina, nasa mag-partners pa rin talaga siya kung paano nyo i-handle yung setup na ganito. So, before kayo pumasok, living in together before marriage, you should be emotionally ready. Dapat alam nyo na there will be people who will be asking you why you decided to end up like that. They will be questioning you for your decision. And dapat ready kayo to stand for your decision, to fight for what you believe is right.
Nice. Stay strong, guys.
Yun nga, actually, yes, that is real and that happens. It happens quite too often. And sad to say that not all relationships end up yung ganon, na they end up overcoming the circumstance or the challenges, like especially yung judgment from relatives, judgment from friends, and yung mga influencers or influences natin sa buhay. Like let's say you're part of a church group, definitely may masasabi dyan ng mga pastor mo, yung mga churchmates and all those. And I get it, it's hard. But like what Kim said, yun nga, pakatatag ka lang. If you think, if you believe that you're not doing anything that is really illegal or borderline illegal talaga, then you have every right to fight for what you believe in, and to fight for your relationship and to fight for who you love. So yun nga, actually moving forward, what do you think happens when yung mag-couple na okay, let's say 2-3 years down the line, you've been living in, there's really no sight of marriage yet, just live in at the moment. What happens when they break up? Ikaw, I don't wish it to you, and I don't wish it to your future partner. Pero what do you think you would do if you were placed in that position na matagal na kayong together under one roof, and then suddenly there's just a big obstacle na hindi nyo talaga ma-overcome or hindi nyo malagpasan, and you've done all you can and there's no choice but to just let go? What happens? What do you think you'll be doing at that time or after that?
Well, that is a very hard question kasi different cases when we say living in eh. Pwedeng gaya ko, which is we don't have any children, kami lang. Our responsibility alone is each other. Pero meron din kasing living in na meron ng kids, which is harder. So I think if it will be on my not experience, if it will be on my side, mahirap siya kasi you've been with the person every day, every minute, or most of your time. You're already used to the feeling, the comfortness na kasama mo yung taong yon, and then biglang mawawala. But then again, what we are always after is loving yourself first. So so kung sakali, or I don't want that to happen, but then kung sakaling mangyayari siya sa akin, then you need to go on separate ways. Like, hindi nyo malalet go ang isa't isa na under the same roof pa rin kayo. You need to move out. If that is really the final decision, you don't want, you can't continue the relationship, then you need to move out. Find places na hindi nyo makikita yung isa't isa. And that's for me the only way for you to be able to move on, to go on with your separate ways.
Okay. So, yun nga, that's actually a good way to think about it. Na, yeah, as much as you've already committed to that person, if you've already tried everything and there's really nothing that can be done to resolve yung mga problema nyo, dalawa, kasi let's say talagang ano na siya disagreements na or something that the other person or something that yourself, you know, you cannot improve. So, going back to our dear friend here na free agent pa rin and is still single and looking for a relationship. If you were placed in that position, ano sa tingin mo gagawin mo? Let's say na kayo, you've been there a long time, you've been through a lot, through thick and thin talaga, even though you're not married. What do you think you'd do when you're there's nothing really left to resolve it? Will you let go, or for the sake of the commitment, or for the sake of the lengthy time that you've been together, will you still continue?
My God. What kind of question is that? Of course, I'll let go. I mean,
No, because there are some people na they're staying in the relationship dahil ang tagal na nila. Lagi mo yung mga maririnig, like with our common friends, na ba't hindi mo iwan? Kasi we're living together, sanay na ako. Diba?
I mean, ewan ko lang ha, baka nasasabi ko to kasi I'm not, into a relationship. Hindi ko pa na-experience yung sobrang tagal na relationship. Pero, sabi nga ni Janelle, kung hindi na nga kayang maresolba yung relasyon, bakit ka mag-i-stay sa isang relasyon na wala ka nang makukuhang benefits? Hindi na kayo nag-grow, wala nang nangyayari sa inyo. Bakit mag-i-stay just for the sake na, wait, sinayang ko yung 10 taon ng buhay ko sa relasyon to? Nangihinayang akong i-let go yung tao kasi 10 years yun, 10 years. God, kung ako sa'yo, mag-let go ka na and start all over again. I know it's really hard. Maybe nasasabi ko lang to kasi I've never been on that specific situation, pero alam mo yon, it's a common sense. Hindi to madaling makita ng mga taong bulag sa pagmamahal, pero it's really common sense lang. Kung wala ka nang mapapala sa isang relasyon, mag-move on ka na. Maybe, not being religious, hindi siya para sa'yo, hindi siya itinadhana para sa'yo. Mahanap mo din yung para sa'yo talaga. Pero, kung nangihinayang ka lang sa oras na ginugol mo sa relasyong yon, mag-isip-isip ka na. Hindi siya healthy or hindi ka na healthy. Alam mo yon? Ikaw ba, Kim? Ilang taon na ba kayo ng partner mo?
More than 3 years.
More than 3 years. Sa palagay mo ba, masyado na kayong connected sa isa't isa?
Yes.
Hanggang ugat?
Grabe naman yung ugat.
Super connected. Hanggang ugat ba? I mean, for example, just an instance. Hindi ko sana naman hindi ito mangyari sa'yo. Pero what if nag-break kayo? At hindi mo na talaga masalba. Hindi na rin niya masalba. Hindi nyo na masalba ang relasyon nyo. Anong gagawin mo? Mag-stay ka ba kasi nanghihinayang ka sa 3 taon ng buhay mo?
I've been there. I was in a long-term relationship. And before, ganyan yung thinking ko. Like,
Na nanghihinayang ka?
Oo, sayang. Then I realized that it should not be the case.
How did you realize na hindi dapat ganun yung case, yung sitwasyon?
Kasi inisip ko na okay, I've been with a person for 3 years, pero I know that I'll live long and I still have a lot of years ahead of me. Why waste it with that same person if I can be happy alone?
Actually, just to cut in, I would like to disagree yung sa mga parts na sinasabi ni Nel or sinasabi mo, Nel, kasi if you see it on a ito ha, sa lalaki okay lang, ako sinasabi ko sa'yo, okay lang sa akin, and the relationship, okay, we'll fix it. If it can't be fixed, bye-bye, wala na yon. Pero on like with a girl, it's different kasi girls tend to be more emotional on these things. Yes, kasi ang nangyayari dyan, I'm afraid, not I'm afraid, but I'm actually ashamed to use this as an example, pero I'll use it anyway. Like, with my other previous exes, ayaw niyang i-let go yung relationship namin kasi nasasayangan siya sa 3-4 na taon na naging kami. Which is very toxic. So, I know this is very far from living in together, pero it's like yung parang nakakulong kayo sa isang relationship, which is technically yun yung bahay nyo, is that relationship. And then na-try nyo na lahat. You tried to seek professional help, you tried to talk it amongst yourselves, and you tried to shout at each other. Lahat na talaga. Tapos yun nga, it's easier for us guys to let go, but you also have to understand that for girls, it's not that easy for them to just let go of a 4 year relationship. Kasi nga minsan nasasayangan talaga sila. Although may ounce pa doon na pagmamahal, pero meron din dong percentage na sayang, ang dami na naming pinagdaanan. Parang gusto ko pang i-push. Kaya hindi din sila nagle-let go. That's why I'm sort of disagreeing with what you were mentioning a while ago.
Alright, so you're telling me in any case, for example, ikaw yung girl, manghihinayang ka to let go a 3-year relationship.
Like I said kanina, hindi ako girl. So, on my own perspective lang, on a guy, okay lang sa akin yun if talagang natin can be fixed. Pero, if I was a girl and I had that mindset, yung talagang conservative mindset na ganon, and I've done it all with this person, I've done it all, everything, i-hold ko pa rin yun yung time, i-hold ko pa rin yun as a girl, as if I'm a girl.
Which is, I agree to that because I'm a girl. But then, like what I've said, kaya ako tumagal ng 3 years with that ex is because I have that thinking. But then again, sa aming listeners, kung meron siyang nahihirapan with their partner, I want to tell you that you need to love yourself more. You need to think about yourself. Okay, you've been with that partner for a long time, 3 years, 2 years, 5 years, 6 years. But then, think about the years that you can be happy. Think about the years that you'll feel your worth na wala dun sa dati. So, yun lang. Which is, totoo naman, mahirap talaga sa babaeng mag-let go. At the end of the day, kailangan. It is hard, but then you need to do it. You just need to find the strength to do it.
I just don't know kasi when I speak before, pantay para sa akin ng lalaki at babae. You don't have to say without being feminist na dahil babae ka, meron kang ganong tendency na wait, bago ko talaga i-let go to, mag-iisip muna ako kasi nanghihinayang ko sa 3 to 4 years na relationship. Kasi bakit? Babae lang ba? Babae lang ba yung nagkakaganon? Paano naman yung mga lalaki na ganun din yung mindset? Alam mo yon, ang unfair kasi nung sinabi mo.
I'm not saying that it is for every girls or ladies out there. What I'm trying to say is that is what I've experienced. That is what I've seen with my friends, with my girlfriends. And I also have boy friends. And most of the time, that is what's happening. That's the reason why I agreed with Chanel. Kasi more on, kami kasi yung tipong we try to hold on as long as kaya pa namin kahit na yung typical na nagpapakatanga ka na. Ganun siya. Tapos,
when you say namin, are you pertaining to boys or girls?
Girls.
How about boys?
Like what I've said, most of my boyfriends are not that sentimental.
What about the general population of boys?
Which is, I don't know. I can speak about them. What I'm again telling you is that how I've seen it with my friends, how I've experienced this.
Yun nga, just to add upon yung sinasabi ni Kim, I understand na we all want to be fair, we all want to be general. Kasi
but then I can speak with people I don't know.
Yun nga, on my end din, sa point ko kasi is, I'm a guy, I know I don't represent the whole gender or my whole male gender, pero most of us are like that. Aminin man natin, there are probably more than 50% ng male population dito sa buong mundo, excluding na tong we have to include everyone na they're not really that sentimental when it comes to those things. they know that they've tried their best, wala, okay, let's go, let's move, we're done. Meron lalaking ganun. Pero what I'm trying to say is that what I'm trying to point out is that there are some girls, kaya nga pansin mo, they are already living together, or let's say they're married, and then they just decided to live together after marriage. Pansinin mo, maraming mga victim ng domestic violence. Nabubugbog sila araw-araw, gabi-gabi, pero hindi sila umaalis. Technically, that's one of my points that I'm trying to reach na ang babae kasi, they're gonna hold on to every single drop na chance na meron sila to, let's say, change the person, stick with the relationship. And yun nga, it changes if there are children involved, if you have a family. Pero all in all talaga, speaking on the male side of the story, we're not too sentimental on those things. Girls tend to hold on more kasi it's I think it's their nature to provide love talaga and nurture, and as much as possible be patient with the partner. Parang yun lang ako. I'm not sure if you agree, but if you don't agree, let's just agree to disagree. But that's my point. Yung parang males are really different from females, especially when it comes to love, or when it comes to handling relationship, or pagtapos na ang relationship. We for example lang talaga, we move on much quicker, but then at the end of the day, we tend to regret afterwards. Unlike girls, they go through the pain and then they move on. But us is parang we pretend that we moved on, pero technically andun pa rin yun eh. Sorry, we're veering off topic, pero I'm just trying to differentiate na ang male mindset is different from the female mindset. Kasi I understand that you want to be general, and to be fair, it is good to be general. Pero there's just some things that we cannot generalize.
So again, we're speaking based on experience, on the people that we know, on family, friends that we know who experience this type of issues. It's not for everyone. So we're not speaking for the whole male and female community.
Alright. Babalikan ko kayo kapag na-experience ko na yan. I rest my case.
Okay.